a lot of important news, and we'll kick it off with the big time. Most notable thing from last night that was not a match was the meta drama.
Ooh.
None other than Michael Cole comes out and announces that Sasha Banks and Naomi are being punished for walking out on the WWE. Not only are they being punished, what's that, Paul?
Not just walking out, letting down millions upon millions of Americans, if not worldians.
Yeah, and you don't want to. If there's one group in the world you don't want to piss off, it's not Al Qaeda, it's not ISIS, it's Sasha Banks stands. They are one passionate group, and I'm sure they're going to appreciate me comparing them to terrorists.
But actually, I have a theory, Edwin.
Yeah, what's that?
I think she just didn't want to go to Grand Rapids, Michigan.
I believe it. That makes total sense to me.
And next week, Little Rock. I mean, come on. There's 2 weeks that you're going to miss.
I would quit. That's 2 back-to-back weeks of unacceptable cities. Anywho, Michael Cole announces that both Sasha Banks and Naomi are suspended indefinitely. Their merch is no longer available on WWEshop.com. And Cole also announced, very impressively, that they're going to host a tournament to crown the new WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. And my question is, with what tag teams?
Well, he didn't say when the tournament would be.
Couple years.
Exactly.
Give them a year or two, and they'll get more than 2 teams. But with what tag teams? I'm pretty sure Sasha and Naomi are the only official team in the division. Maybe Natalya and Shayna, but now the women's tag division is truly going to suffer because come Monday, Vince is going to throw every woman on the roster into a random tag team.
Yeah. Or, it's summertime now, and in many years, they always like to put the 2 wrestlers fighting at SummerSlam in a tag team and see how they deal. How about a Charlotte and Rousey tag team to be the champions?
Can they coexist?
Can they coexist? Find out.
I can't wait.
Hell on a cell.
I can't wait. I can't wait till they do the angle 10 times where the non-tag team singles champions beat the tag champs, which, they were probably going to do at some point. Maybe that's part of the reason they walked out. Maybe they were going to have Bianca Belair and Ronda Rousey just destroy Sasha and Naomi. But anywho, the only team, as far as I know, that they could actually use and call up is Toxic Attraction from NXT. Maybe that's one of the BS reasons they walked out. There's no actual teams. And I will also say, somebody on Reddit said this, I thought it was interesting. There are literally no women's tag teams, women tag teams on the main roster that actually share an entrance. Sasha and Naomi included. Isn't that wild?
That's a good point. Yeah. Of course, I still think this could all be a big old work anyway. And because I can't imagine they're screwing Naomi, given that she's married to a tag team champ, and she's interrelated with Roman Reigns and all that. And it'd be natural for them to come back 2 pissed off women into the bloodline, and they just transition from kind of feel good fan favorites to 2 badass women that want to take names and take no prisoners to be the female bloodline, with Paul Heyman helping them to do some of their talking.
That would be
not amazing. That they need a man to talk for them. I'm not saying that, Edwin. Don't put words in my mouth.
God, Paul.
Can you imagine them bitch slapping Corey Graves for all the crap he gave them? That would be amazing.
That's gonna be our new intro clip. It's just I'm gonna butcher that clip, and it's just gonna be Paul saying they need a man to talk for them.
That's not what I said, Edwin. Don't get me in trouble.
Just kidding. I would never do you like that.
But wouldn't that be awesome, though?
That would
have
be.
them totally disappear.
That would be amazing.
It would be like when they had Mustafa Ali in that Fate Revolution, whatever. But if they did it properly, it could be kick-ass.
That would be amazing. I actually saw a theory somebody posted online speculating that it's possible this could be a Summer of Punk type angle
Yeah,
where they disappear for an extended period of time. Maybe they crown new tag team champions, build up a couple new teams, and then they just come back out of the blue and raise hell.
hey, I have an idea. Have him show up in the AEW audience.
Yes, definitely. Maybe even say have them say from the audience, from the stands, "Hey, I'm allowed to be here. I bought a ticket." That would
Exactly.
be something original we haven't seen before.
And maybe Naomi was very sick of the Dayglow outfits anyway. No, I'm serious.
They're gonna put her in a 3-piece suit and turn her heel. That's how you go heel.
No, she's not Cruella. No, just I don't know what, just whatever. I don't care what they wear anymore. Like that were for Sasha too. For too long I was too worried about fashion and looking good. When really, what I wanted to do all along is just kick ass.
That's right. Main people like the boss she is. And
I mean, wasn't that Royal Rumble match that was in Phoenix against? Was that about Rousey, where she had technical malfunctions with her outfit? Like she had stuff going everywhere.
that's right.
That outfit cost her the match.
It did. It did. Too focused on the fashion side of things to just be
But
maiming
now,
people.
after the summer aglow, they'll come back. The bloodline bitches. And the men and women of the bloodline will dominate.
I would love to see that. You know what else I was thinking? I can't wait for Monday night when they announce or officially book the new women's tag team tournament. And they're of course going to have Natalya pull triple duty and be on 3 of the teams at the same time.
Two of them might be masked. The masked Canadian. And
Jesus.
that would be bad.
That would be bad.
But if there's ever a time for Natalya to actually have a title reign, I guess this would be it.
She's about due for her yearly summer mini push. She gets one every year. It's about time.
Hey.
Another thing that became very apparent last night was that Michael Cole clearly did not want to say any of those things about Naomi and Sasha Banks. He looked as uncomfortable as you can be.
Yeah.
And, we all know the announcers have Vince in their ear. He just sounded off. He sounded like he was being held hostage. It's got to be, really hard saying those things about your coworkers, with Vince yelling in your ear, asking you to shit on 2 wrestlers who you've admired for years.
Vince is probably having an orgasm. Say it! Say it! Say it!
Say it! Say they're not good shit, pal.
And Pat McAfee was there sitting next to him, it's kind of like the schoolboy, kind of trying to. I don't have to say that crap. Yeah, but I'm a real star, so I don't have to say what he wants me to say. Yeah, I can do what I want.
Pat McAfee also looked incredibly uncomfortable during that, and I felt bad for him because he's had so much fun in WWE, but now he's seeing how the sausage is made, and that can't feel great.
I will think it's a work until proven otherwise. I think it's a total work. Hopefully, as you said, it's like the summer of Punk. They do it right. Don't let Punk come back after a week. Let it actually just build over months.
Yeah.
Create real drama.
That's right.
And then at some point, boom! The bloodline explodes again at SummerSlam or whenever.
I hope you're right. That would be amazing. One last thing we'll say about this Sasha and Naomi situation for at least a minute and a half. In what universe does Naomi get punished harder than her drunk driving husband?
In the WWE universe, when your husband is the tag team champion of the world.
This dude has something like 3 or more DUIs, and he just won the tag titles last night, which we'll get to. Well, the other set of tag titles. And Naomi's out here getting publicly discredited by her coworkers for walking out on, a shitty storyline. Well, you have a guy out there, putting people's lives at risk, Tammy Sitch style.
I agree. Again, Edwin, I think it's a work. Until proven otherwise, it is a work.
Hope you're right. Hope you're right.
Because they've done nothing. Because again, from what you're saying, they've kind of destroyed the character of the ladies, but at the same time, in some ways, for those that know the situation, they're actually, I think, kind of building them up. Like, you go, ladies. Yeah.
That's interesting.
You got kick bone women. And that's exactly the type of people that would come back. Oh, you're going to edit that phrase too. I did not mean that poorly. And that's the exact attitude that they would have, that come back and they'll want to kick someone's ass.
Yeah. I love everything you just said. I love that the only surefire way to make somebody, an over with the audience baby face is to have them shit on WWE.
How about this for a scene, Edwin? Before SummerSlam, Vincent McMahon goes missing. And then it turns out, did you ever see the movie Misery, the Stephen King movie from like the 90s?
No, I was born in 93, so I don't...
Okay, well, Kathy Bates, she kind of kidnaps this guy, ties him up, and like starts cutting off appendages. So that would be Misery. Vince McMahon's Misery. Where Naomi and Sasha, they have him kidnapped. Written to cut off his leg. Or even more, cut off his grapefruit.
At some point, there needs to be an exploding limo in there somewhere for that to make sense. By the way...
And Cody Rhodes saves the day with fireworks.
By the way, we've got a couple people joining us on the stream here. Hobby of Kings, hello, my friend. Nice of you to join us. And we have Victoria Reiners, who I've never met before in my life, but damn does she look attractive. She says, wow, actually give these ladies someone to have a tag team match against and stop giving them a hard time for walking away from terrible storylines. And amen. Amen.
We are all for empowering. We're not bad-mouthing them at all, Victoria. We want the same empowerment you do. We want them coming back and kicking ass of the boss.
That's right. That's right. They're going to come back as heels where you can be a face for the people.